Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I like to show you 6 free plugins, 6 must-have free plugins. So some of the plugins I just discovered, but some of them I've been using them in my productions for a while. You will find the download links in the description. If you're ready, let's jump to the tutorial. Okay guys, first plugin is Psytrance Bass by Function Loops. So the name is very straightforward. This is a Psytrance bassline plugin. It's a sample-based plugin, but you can also change the envelope modulation, distortion. You can put filters, whatever you like to do. But yeah, in the end, you don't need to make your sound from zero. It has 40 different bass sounds, and all of them sounds very nice. So you can just instantly use them in your productions. So let's try to write a bass line. I usually have a gap in the first part when the kick plays. So let's say we have a bass line. It's perfect. And maybe we can try to change it a little bit. And maybe I can play it with the kick. Let's sidechain the bass. So I'm gonna use two different sidechains. First sidechain is gonna be applied below, 120 Hz, just the sub frequencies. I'm sidechaining like an offbeat, and the top, I'm putting the sidechain very lightly. So then we will have space for both the bass, both for the kick. Let me put my oscilloscopes. And let's dig other sounds. So I like to check one thing. Is it velocity sensible? Let's figure it out. Yeah, it is. It's perfect because when I write my Psy bass line, so the first, I always give a gap. And then the second note, I like to choose them like that. And I like to lower the velocity a little bit, so it gives a little bit better groove. And also, guys, it has an internal filter. For example, you can activate low pass, and maybe we can cut some of the high frequencies. So you can also make it more techno. If you get rid of the high frequencies of a Psy bass, it becomes a rolling bass line, a techno bass line, basically. And also, like, you have the envelope settings, so maybe you don't want much sustain, maybe you wanna use it, shorter notes. It has a distortion module, so you can activate it like that. You can give drive. If you activate the cabinet, it's gonna sound different. And you can blend the distorted signal with the dry signal with this mix knob. Okay, I really like this 11th preset. And as I said, there's 40 different sounds, and this plugin makes the writing Psy bass lines and even the rolling techno bass lines so easy. So let's jump to the second plugin, which is going to be the Head Crusher. There's a paid version, there's a free version. This free version is amazing, guys. It's like kind of working like a decapitator. It's adding an analog saturation to the sound, and let me just activate it and you will see the difference in the bass. That's perfect. It's like bringing some life to the sound. So you can give drive to shape the sound a little bit. You have like low cut and high cut in here, and also a tone button. So if you put the tone to the right, it's gonna be much more brighter. If you put it to the left, it's gonna be very close sound. Currently we are feeding it a little bit loud. Let me put a pretty balance. So I'm gonna leave the tone as it is. And usually, yeah, I don't even push the drive. It's all about how loud you are feeding this head crusher. So usually if you feed in an average level, you don't even need to turn up the drive. It's gonna just give life. But if it's distorting too much, just make sure to gain stage it properly. Just lower the input volume that goes to the plugin and you will be fine. So my way to use it like that, I'm putting it on basses, like even the leads, even the kick drums, it works perfectly. So I'm avoiding this woo meter to stay in the, the red zone all the time. If it's moving, which means I'm not overfeeding and I'm totally safe to use the plugin. Okay, I think it's time to jump to the next plugin. Maybe you know this plugin, but I'm using it a lot recently. This is Fresh Air. So this plugin is very straightforward. It's from Slate Digital. It's totally free. You can download it now. So it has two different modules. One module is adding some high mid frequencies, and other module is adding just very high frequencies to the sound. I think it's making it not with EQ, but adding, saturation, some harmonics. It works like that. So I have a sound like this. Let's add some air. With and without. And also, I just drag drop some acapella. Let me place it here. I like to show this plugin how it works on a vocal as well, because most of the cases, if the vocal is very closed, if it doesn't contain much air, this plugin works like a charm. So let me quickly fit this to the tempo. So it sounds like that without the fresh air.
I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight.
And yeah, usually if you pitch the sample, you also have some artifacts and lose some, clarity. And you can get it back with fresh air.
I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight.
You see how it becomes alive.
I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right.
If I process very fastly.
I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl. You gonna treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl. You gonna
As you see, Fresh Air also a must-have plugin. And even guys, you can use it on the kick drum as well. You see how when I add high air, the click, you know, the attack of the kick becomes much more obvious and pleasant to my ear, honestly. Now I like to jump to the other plugin, which is going to be the Rare. Have you heard this plugin? Probably yes. When people say Pultec EQ, they are talking about this style of EQs. This is a simulation of an analog device, and Waves has its own version, you know, T-Rex has its own version. As you see, I was using this a lot. So here we have a free version of it, free version of Rare. Even you can resize it. That's a very, very perfect plugin. So this is from Analog Obsession. They have many free analog simulation plugins. So you should definitely check it out. For me, there are maybe I can say 3 different ways to use this plugin. The first way, if I'm using it on a kick drum, I usually put the bandwidth to the middle, or maybe you can make it more broad. That's okay. That's up to you. And then if that's a kick drum, I like to put it on a 60 Hz. So because the 60 Hz contain the punch of the kick main fundamental frequency of a kick drum. So I do it like that. I boost it and then I reduce it at the same amount. So the signature characteristic of this plugin works like that. You boost and you reduce. When you do that, approximately you are doing something like that. You are boosting and you are reducing like that. So this signature shape of this plugin, this Pultec EQ, gives a very nice character to the kick. It makes it very fat, very, you know, subby, and at the same time, it's make it very pleasant to the ear. It's not making it overkill. So let me play it with and without. So we are distorting, which means we are feeding the plugin a little bit too much signal. You always need to gain match, gain stage. Let me reduce it a little bit. Now we can compare properly. I'm gonna put it on and off. So currently I'm making it a little bit too much to demonstrate it properly, but when I use it, I put it like maybe like that. Just a little bit is okay. And then let me gain match it again. So I'm reducing 4 dB. Let me boost approximately 4 dB in here. So we will get the same output. So you see, it gives a very pleasant character to the kick. It's not only kick drum. So let's say we have a synth. In this case, I'm gonna just use it. Melody we have. I'm gonna mute those layers. So if I think the sound doesn't have much body, I also use this Rare to it. The way I'm using it this time like that, I put it in a middle shape, middle curve. And if I'm using it on a synth, I put it on 100 Hz, and then I don't reduce, I just boost it until it has a proper body. You know, most of the time if the sound doesn't have warmth, this is what I do. I'm gonna get rid of the lows, because if I'm using it in a track, I need to get rid of all the low end. But yeah, as you see, with and without, how smooth it works on the synth, not making it, you know, muddy or closed, but it's just making its body so strong. And one more thing, if this synth is not cutting through the mix, I also put it in the mid frequencies, maybe to the 3K, maybe to 5K, 4K, it's up to you. Let's put it in the 4K. And I also boost a little bit in here, so it makes it more in your face. So the next plugin is another FX plugin. It's a synth, which is Octane. It's very interesting, but this plugin is totally free. It's like it has the paid versions, but the paid versions has more sound, more presets, I think more features. But the free version is also perfect because it's totally free and it has tons of stock factory sound back inside of it. So even I discovered this synthetic core inside of it. So let me just reset the plugin and we can make the sound together. So all I did was I have a MIDI like that. It's a sustained MIDI. As you see, it has tons of sounds. It has basses, bells, brass, leads, steps. It's mostly for, I think, trap and hip-hop production, but the strings, the synths, the plugs, the gates, the choirs, they are perfect for all genres. And I just discovered this synthetic choir sound inside of it. It sounds like this. And let me make it big a little bit. So in here, we can activate the trance gate. And even maybe we can go to layers. You can just go and tweak each individual layers for all the sounds. Maybe I can make it a little bit tighter. It has the internal EQ, it has the exciter, compressor, expander, even a lo-fi module. Yeah, there's so many stuff to do and so many presets to tweak. And yeah, we can just use it in, for example, this techno track. So I'm not gonna talk about that much. You can just download it and explore by yourself. It's a nice plugin to check it out in my opinion. And the last plugin for today is gonna be the Pleptone Studio Flex Reverb. I don't know how this plugin free because it looks perfect. It's a plate reverb plugin. So let me reload it. It looks like that. You can make it a little bit bigger. So it has an EQ. So you can shape the reverb without touching the dry signal. This is just affecting the reverb. That's perfect in my opinion. So maybe we don't want that much low frequencies. We can just cut them, get rid of it. In here, we can tweak how much dry, how much wet we like. And also we can shape the size, the width, the damping, the pre-delay, all the settings that you need. It's very straightforward and basic plugin, but it works perfectly. And even we can use this plugin on the vocals as well. It sounds like that on a vocal.
I'm a good girl, you gon' treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl, you gon' treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl, you gon' treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight. I'm a good girl, you gon' treat me right. Get out my face if you're gonna start a fight.
Yeah guys, those are all for today. I show you 6 free plugins, so let me know which one was your favorite. I'm gonna put the download links for all of the plugins, and I hope you can apply these tricks to your own productions as well. See you on the next video. Bye bye.